Alright, today I have a review and tutorial using Creative Shop Plate 99. And if you have been following me at all on Instagram or YouTube, you know that I love Creative Shop Plates. I think there's some really unique images, which is hard to come by these days. And the size is really great on these. They're plenty long enough. They're never too small. She also has plates that have 3 rows of designs instead of 2 for people who have shorter or smaller nails. But I really like these 2 row plates. They're really quite perfect for me. I haven't had much trouble picking up images on these plates. Some of the really finely etched lines can sometimes be a problem for clear stampers, which I find are much more finicky, but when that's the case, I use a marshmallow stamper or some other stamper that is that has no problems picking these up. I also use the original Creative Shop stamper as well if I have any issues picking up the images, but generally I can use clear stampers on these without any issues. And so today what I'm going to do is use this image here for a reverse stamping design using magnetic polishes. And reverse stamping isn't something I do a whole lot just because I think it's very time consuming. And so I look for other ways to combine colors, but sometimes reverse stamping is just really, you just can't get that effect any other way. So it's nice to do some reverse stamping once in a while. So what I'm going to do here, and I will show you my little soldiers that I've already stamped. Okay, I'm using all clear stampers here, various ones that I have. And this one is actually a Big Bling clear jelly stamper, Big Bling spare stamper head that I put in the blue metal frame that I got off eBay a while ago. But anyway, you can see it will work great. Okay, so again, let me zoom in a little bit more. Okay, again, I'm using this image here. And I'm stamping with the Corazon Kaleidoscope stamping polish in black. And I am right. And pick that up. And as you can see, it picks up marvelously, even on clear stampers. So now I'm going to show you the reverse stamping portion. And for these, I'm going to use a bunch of Corazon Kaleidoscope magnetic polishes. I won these set of 4 of the Interstellar Cats magnetic polishes in a giveaway a little while ago. And I have 52, 53, 54, no, 55, and 56 that I'm using here, okay? And so what I do is I do one color at a time. And so I'll put a big drop down of polish. And then the question, I see the question get asked a lot in Facebook groups about whether people prefer to use a dotting tool or a tiny detail brush to color in the images. Personally, I prefer a dotting tool because one, you can usually find the size that you need to fill in the images. Okay, so it's just a matter of finding the right size, and then it makes it easier, I think, to just evenly place the polishes where you need it to go without smearing the design, the original stamping, like you can with brushes sometimes. So I'm going to dip it in there, and I like to do it on the clear stamper because you can flip it over and see from the side that you'll be looking at once you've placed it on the nail to see if you've missed any spots. And for me, it's easiest to start sort of at an edge and work your way toward the other end. And again, you can just flip that over and see, oh, I missed a spot there. So you can go in and fix that. Okay. Don't forget to wipe off your dotting tool occasionally on a piece of paper towel so that the dried polish doesn't get stuck too much. And I think it's just the way the human brain works, but for me, I found that missed spots are a lot easier to spot than if you color outside the lines. So I'd much rather sort of go outside the lines than miss a spot. There are some people who just are so fantastic at coloring these in without any sort of mishaps, but that is just not within my skill set. With my arthritis and my somewhat shaky hands, coloring stuff in is just sort of a crapshoot at times. So I did the purple, and what I would normally do is then I would go to the next stamper and color in the purple, and do all the stampers before moving on to the next color. But since I'm just really trying to do one here, I'm just going to do one at a time here and just show you. If you haven't seen my other video, this is just a piece of silicone pot holder that I've cut down that I like using for various things, because once it dries you can just easily peel it off, and it's just so much easier than even a small silicone mat to just move around. Okay, and then so that's what the colored in image looks like, except for one bit that I just realized I missed. All right, so I'm going to finish coloring the rest of these stampers in, and then I'll come back and show you. Actually, I'm going to make it a separate video. So I will do a part 2 to show the application process.